Hello, the purpose of this first video is to show you all the elements that you need to include when you do homework for Geometry Honors. This is going to be my first year doing videos for the class, and I'm still getting used to the technology involved, so please bear with me. I'm sure I'll get better as the year goes on. So what you see here is a sample homework assignment. It's not one of the ones from this year, and what I've included on it so far is a heading which you'll include on all your homework assignments. I put my name, the course, the period, the date, and whatever the assignment would be. I made this one up. It's not a real assignment, and you won't have sample homework here. You'll have notes to yourself if you have any, or maybe it'll be blank. What you see here is that the warm-ups from the class that you had before you started doing your homework, the warm-ups that were on the board when you came into class that day, are written here and included on that night's homework. And you have the instructions for the homework, you have the sample problems all written out, you have your work shown, your answers boxed, and this would be included on your homework and it'll be graded as part of your homework. So also this piece of paper, I folded it in half, but you can't see the fold on the scan, but it's folded. I prefer to use columns when I do homework because I can often get an entire assignment on one piece of paper. I would urge you to give it a try. It keeps your notebook a little lighter, and hopefully will allow you to grab a piece of paper, or maybe two at the most, and have your whole assignment, not have to track down a whole bunch of different sheets of paper. So I'm going to do these two sample problems for you in the same way that you should be doing your homework to get full credit. So here's the warm-up, your heading, and next, let's see here. I'm going to select a pen, and you don't need to draw a line here. I'm going to do it, but you don't need to. Here is me starting with problem 25. And like I said, my handwriting and use of this technology should improve with time. Page 57, number 25. Okay. The problem includes a diagram. So I'm going to include the diagram. You don't have to draw it with a ruler. It has points W, X, and Y on it. That's the diagram that came in the book. It also says that you were given that the length of WY is 25. You're given the ratio of WX to XY is 3:2. And you're asked to find WX. Okay, this was all given with the problem. You have to include it when you do your homework. I am going to begin to solve the problem now, and you'll just be working in pencil or colored pens if you like. But I probably suggest you use pencil. Since I'm writing on here, I'm going to use a different color now. If I want WX to XY to be 3:2, I'm going to call this part of the segment a length 3x, and this length to be 2x, so that now they are in a 3:2 ratio. This is an algebra trick that you might have learned last year. And now I'm going to solve it. If the two parts are 3x and 2x, and they combine to make a length of 25, then I know that x is 5, and I can find out how long WX is, because WX is 3 x's. I'm going to box that. It's an odd numbered answer, so you should check it in the back of the book. I'm just going to write that on here to make sure you're correct. If it was not correct, you should try to work backwards and fix it. Or if we go over the answer in class, and we've made some corrections. You should check that. And you should write your corrections in pen so that later on you can look at this problem, see that you didn't get it correct the first time, and try it again. All right, so that's one problem down. Do number 36 now. Number 36 also comes with a diagram. Looks like this. It's angle R. You're given that the measure of angle R is x squared minus 27x degrees. You're also given with the problem that angle R is a right angle. That's a right angle symbol. Angle R is a right angle. And you're asked to solve for x. Okay, since we know that right angles measure 90 degrees, I'm going to set x squared minus 27x equal to 90 and see if I can find what x is. Move everything to one side. Try factoring first. It may or it may not factor. If it doesn't, you'll have to use the quadratic formula or some other method, completing the squares if you know how to do that. Are there factors of 90 that add and subtract to give you 27? Yep. 3 times 30 can be combined to give you 27. And to make this stay negative 27, I'm going to keep the 30 negative and fix this one. This is the way I always do quadratics. I begin with negatives on both and then I fix it. This does multiply out to give you this, so I'm going to check my thing here. I get negative 3 and 30. Now I'm going to check them both. Does negative 3 work? If you plug in negative 3, you're going to get negative 3 squared, which is 9, minus 27 times negative 3, which is 9, plus 27 times 3 is 81, which equals 90. That worked. Now I'm going to check and see if the 30 works. 30 squared is 900, minus 27 times 30, that's 810. That solution also worked, so they both worked. Keep them both. If one of them had not worked, you would line it through to show that you checked it and it didn't work. These are 2 sample problems that we have for a homework assignment. Just to recap, you always have to have your heading on your paper. You always have to say what the assignment is. You have to include the warm-up that had been done earlier that day. You have to include the diagram, the original problem. You have to show your work, box your answer, check it in the back if it's odd, or if we go over it in class, and if you make any corrections, do them in pen so they show up. Try and be neat and legible, and I think that's it for my first video. I hope this has been helpful, and talk to you later.